What's going on, guys? It's the 360 Swag Scoper. Now, for this video, we're going to be talking about the top 3 snipers in Call of Duty Zombies, Black Ops 3. You know, I was actually considering doing the whole video like that, but I don't think so. I'm going to speak normally now. So the first category we're going to be taking a look at, I think this is what we did in the other videos too, I'm not 100% sure, but we're going to be looking at the damage first for each sniper. So, the 3 snipers we're going to be evaluating today are going to be the Drakon, the LOCUS, and the SVG-100. Now, the Drakon's damage has an impressive 400 to 500 unpapped, and then a 750 damage when it's papped. The LOCUS, on the other hand, has a 500 damage unpapped, and 1000 damage when it's papped. The SVG-100 unpapped has a 550 damage to 800 damage and a 1600 damage upgraded. Now, if you're wondering why there's like a ratio there, or why it's like 100 to 200, it's because the headshots can affect, you know, how much damage is put out on each weapon more. I think the only weapon that doesn't have that is the LOCUS. The LOCUS has a constant 500 wherever, except for the head where there's a 2x multiplier. So, it's clear right there that the LOCUS and the Drakon unupgraded have a pretty similar damage, with the LOCUS having a slightly more damage shot when it's unpapped, but then when it's papped, the LOCUS moves 250 damage points ahead of the Drakon having 750 and the LOCUS having 1000. So Drakon third for damage, LOCUS second, and then the obvious first is the SVG-100 with 550 to 800 damage unpapped, and then 1600 damage papped. It's funny because the SVG-100 was called the Power Bolt in the game files of BO3 because it was just so powerful, it was just so strong. So the SVG-100 definitely takes the damage category by storm, with the LOCUS taking second and the Drakon taking third. Alright guys, so for the next section of the video, we're going to be doing this a little bit differently than my other evaluations of weapons, just because the sniper category is a little bit different, so I think it deserves different categories of which to kind of figure out what's the best sniper. So the next category is going to be rate of fire, and is it semi-automatic or is it bolt action? So starting off with the Drakon, it is a semi-automatic sniper, and the only one out of the 3 that can shoot semi-automatic. So that's 277 RPM. The next LOCUS is bolt action, and it has a 57 RPM. And finally, the SVG-100 is also bolt action, but it has a 42 RPM. So the highest fire rate is definitely the Drakon with the 277 RPM. If you've ever used the Drakon, you know that if you just shoot at a horde, and it'll just laser through them, really. But the LOCUS has a slightly higher RPM than the SVG-100 does. So that's why we're going to put the Drakon first, obviously, because that's miles ahead of the other 2. But then the LOCUS is going to take second, just going to clinch it. And then the SVG-100 is going to take last. So guys, for the next section, we're going to be talking about the magazine size, the capacity hold on each sniper, and also the pack-a-punch upgrade to the ammunition. Alright guys, so with the first sniper that we're going to be looking at, the Drakon, it has an impressive magazine size of 20 and an impressive capacity hold of 100. When you upgrade this, the magazine size does unfortunately stay the same with 20 meg, but the capacity does grow by 40. So instead of 20 out of 100, it's 20 out of 140 in the capacity. The LOCUS has a magazine size of 10 unpapped and a capacity size of 60. When you pap it, it gets really impressive, going to 25 in the mag and 100 in the capacity. The SVG-100 has a 6 magazine unpapped with a 60 ammo capacity, and when you pap this, that turns into 10 in the mag and 100 in the capacity. So The Drakon initially does have the best ammo magazine and the best ammo capacity, but because of how underwhelming the upgrade to the Behemoth, the Drakon upgraded is, I think I'm going to have to give first place to the LOCUS, just because that magazine upgrade of 10 to 25 is even more impressive than the Drakon just having an initial magazine of 20. So we're going to give the LOCUS first for the magazine size and PAP category, and then we're going to give the Drakon a close second because that 20 magazine is really impressive, even if it's unpapped, and 40 bullets is still quite a bit when you pap it. And with the SVG 100 taking last once again, unfortunately. So guys, I know you guys are probably a little bit confused because I usually do the maneuverability and mobility category first, but in this video I just thought it might be pointless to do that category just because all of them have medium mobility when they're unpapped, and then they all change to high mobility, so it would honestly just rate them at the same level and it wouldn't impact the video at all, so I'm just going to leave it at that for that category. They're all going to be equal there. Alright guys, so for this next section we're going to be talking about availability and like where you can get the 3 snipers off of, so like off the wall or in the mystery box or in the harvest pods. We're going to start with the Drakon. The Drakon can only be found in the mystery box across all maps. Similarly, the SVG 100 can only be found in the mystery box across all maps. However, the LOCUS can be found in harvest pods, in Shadows of Evil, and plants in Zetsubo, and finally it can be found in the closet in Untoten. You can get the LOCUS for 5,000 points. So, pretty clear there. The Drakon and the SVG 100 are tied for second in that category, and the LOCUS takes first. Alright guys, so the final category we're going to be looking at today is a little bit different in that it's going to be a little bit more factual, and I tried to kind of upgrade this from the previous videos. So next we're going to be looking at reload time, and we're going to be looking at reload time with the bullets in the magazine and reload time with no bullets in the magazine, and then after that we're going to be considering speed cooler with that too as well. So with the Drakon, first of all, the normal reload time if you still have a couple bullets in the mag is 2.5 seconds. With speed cooler that's upgraded to 1.25 seconds. The normal reload with an empty magazine is 3 seconds, and then the normal with an empty magazine with speed cool is 1.5 seconds. Moving on to the LOCUS. The LOCUS has a reload time with bullets in the magazine of 3.4 seconds. With speed cool that turns into 1.7. The normal with an empty magazine is a 4.5 second reload, which is quite a bit, and with speed cool that turns into 2.25 seconds. Lastly, we're going to be talking about the SVG 100, and this takes 3 seconds with the bullets in the magazine, and 4 seconds with no bullets in the magazine to reload, and with speed cooler with bullets in the magazine it's going to be 1.5 seconds, and without it's going to be 2 seconds. And that about wraps up that section. So it's clear that the Drakon has the fastest reload time, with the SVG having a second in reload time, and the LOCUS having the worst reload time. Alright guys, and that leaves us with the final decision. Now, before the clip plays that shows you what sniper I chose as the first one, I have to just say, this was the hardest call I had to make. Definitely harder than the other 2 videos, because in the other 2 videos there was at least a clear winner by the point system, but these 2 weapons were so close to being tied. I just want to say that before I release the final result. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Peace.